Owning a dog is one of the best things in the world, but it does come with its challenges and learning curves. Your dog is way more than just a pet. They're a family member whose life you are responsible for. Dogs have their own likes, dislikes, and fears, just like people. Your dog may often tolerate human behavior because they are easygoing and loyal, but you should do your best to understand their preferences. In this video, we'll discuss the top 20 human behaviors that dogs hate. Poorly timed walks. Unlike humans, dogs don't sweat. Your dog has some sweat glands in their paws, but those do little to regulate their body temperature. Your dog's primary cooling mechanism is panting. Sometimes when it's very hot outside, panting isn't enough to keep them from overheating. Pay attention to the weather outside. If it's too hot, a walk may not be a good idea. Often, when it's very sunny, the pavement could be scorching hot and hurt your dog's paws. During hot summer months, keep your walks to early mornings or evenings when it is cooler. Make sure your dog has sufficient shade and plenty of water to drink or play in. You also don't want to walk your dog when it's too cold. Walking your dog through the snow can be tiring for them. Your dog could also get snow stuck between their toes, making it painful for them to walk. Strong fragrances in your home. Your dog has an incredible sense of smell, which means that many scents you barely notice may be very strong to them. In general, your dog will enjoy taking in all types of smells and odors. However, strong fragrances and chemicals like perfumes, vinegar, ammonia-based cleaning products, citrus, incense, and chili peppers are smells that may irritate your dog's nose. As a rule, avoid directly spraying your dog. If you need to apply a medical spray to your dog, avoid their face or spray it onto a cloth and apply it to them that way. When you use your own products like hairspray, perfume, or air fresheners, do so away from your dog. Make sure none of your products are toxic. Interruptions at dinner time. If someone kept touching or interrupting you during your dinner time, you'd get annoyed. When your dog is eating, respect their space and let them enjoy their food. For your dog, dinner time is a blissful experience, so leave them to be happy in that moment. Once you've dished up their food, put their bowl down in a low-traffic area and tell all your family members to let your dog eat in peace. Rough play from children. Children can be impulsive and unpredictable. They can often agitate or irritate your dog, especially if your dog is not used to unpredictable and energetic behavior. Kids may pull on your dog's ears or tail, poke their eyes, or try to ride a big dog. Before you have kids over to your house, ask parents to explain that dogs are not toys or playthings and should be treated with respect. Teasing with treats. It may seem like fun and games from your perspective, and your dog may seem to enjoy the teasing. However, treats should be used as a reward, not a way to trick or tease your furry friend. If you want to have fun with your dog, rather use one of their favorite toys and leave the treats for good behavior. Extended isolation. As much as you would probably like to spend all day at home snuggling your dog, you may have commitments to work and social engagements. While it is understandable to leave your dog alone sometimes, leaving them alone at home for extended periods of time can cause behavioral issues. Your dog may develop separation anxiety and become extremely bored. If you are away for longer periods of time during the day, ask a friend or dog sitter to check in on your furry friend and take them for a walk. If that's not possible, consider a doggy daycare. Overdressing. Unless you've been dressing your dog up since they were a puppy or they've gradually got used to wearing clothing, there is a good chance that your dog hates it when you dress them up. Your dog may tolerate costumes or outfits, but they probably don't enjoy it. If you need to protect your dog from the cold, start with a small, lightweight jersey and associate it with treats and other rewards. Keep the clothing to necessity only and rather give the fancy dress a skip. Locking them away during fireworks. Dogs often run away during fireworks. Locking your dog in a room may seem like one way to keep them safe, but it adds to their terror. If you're going to be home during the fireworks, rather keep your dog with you. They will feel safer. If you are going out for the night, try and organise for your dog to be somewhere far away from the noise, like at a friend's house or in doggy daycare. In the case that you're away, you should consider taking them to a kennel and speak to your vet about possible sedation medication to keep them calm. Too many baths. Your dog keeps itself clean in its own special way. Their unique body scent is a way for them to communicate with other dogs or animals. Your dog doesn't like being washed too frequently, especially when they're not dirty. When you do wash your dog, don't use any scented products. The smell of scented shampoos on their fur may send them straight outside to roll on the smelliest thing they can find. Isolation from visitors. Your dog is a very social animal, and keeping them in the backyard when your friends come over is like solitary confinement. By letting your dog out when your guests are there, they will get a chance to learn to behave around other people and bond with your friends. Loud sounds and music. Your dog hears noises 4 times louder than you do. Some dogs can develop trauma from previous experiences, or they are born with phobias. Loud noises like blaring music, thunder, the vacuum cleaner, or fireworks can scare your dog. Not all loud noises can be prevented, but do your best to keep your dog away from ones that you can, and make sure to provide them with comfort. Don't drive with loud music playing while your dog is in the car. Lack of rules and routine. It may not seem like it, but your dog needs structure. If your dog is acting out, it is probably because you haven't implemented rules. Training your dog is an important part of adding structure to their life. Your dog wants a routine because they have an internal clock. Try to feed them at the same time every day and establish an exercise schedule if possible. After a few days of structured routine, you may notice that your dog is happier. Forced socialization. Although your dog is social by nature, they don't want to socialize all the time. Some dogs may develop phobias towards children, men, or strangers, leading to aggressive behavior when you force them to socialize. Your dog may be friendly, but won't necessarily be friendly towards all other dogs. Your dog is territorial and, just like you, won't bond with all people or dogs that they meet. Don't force your dog to warm up to other dogs or people. Inconsistency in the household. Your partner might not allow your dog on the bed, but you allow them to sleep with you the second your partner is out of town. Your dog hates mixed signals. If the rules in the house are inconsistent, it will cause confusion and frustration for your dog. This could eventually lead to anxiety, aggression, and destructive behavior. Make sure that everyone in the house is on the same page and keep the rules consistent. Arguing. When you are in an argument with your spouse and one of you gets loud or begins to cry, it is easy to forget your dog is a witness watching the fight unfold. Fighting creates stress in your dog. Your dog can sense when something is wrong. A hostile environment is not good for you or your dog. Tight leashes. Your dog may get irritated when they are being pulled on their leash all the time. Keeping your dog on a tight leash can injure them as well as frustrate them. Holding your dog tightly also signals to them that you are anxious and stressed, which makes them uneasy. Your dog can easily be leash trained by using a proper harness and positive reinforcement. Rushed walks. Sometimes your day might be rushed, but making time for walks is important for your dog's sake. Your dog enjoys going on walks for more than just exercise. Your dog primarily explores the world through scent. Rushing your dog through a walk without letting them stop and sniff is bound to frustrate them. Build time into your walks to let your dog sniff and explore. Do much exercise. Fit and healthy people who run or cycle often take their dogs with them for company. However, taking your dog for extended walks can be difficult or harmful for certain breeds or senior dogs. Your dog may have a respiratory issue and find it hard to run for a long period of time. Always consult with your vet and ask for their advice regarding an exercise routine for your dog. Sulking. Having a bad day is inevitable, but when you cry, your dog also feels distressed. If you are going through a stage of depression or stress, it is bound to affect your furry friend. Your dog may mirror your emotions and become sad, stressed, or even sick. Don't shut your dog out. Do your best to keep up a normal routine and spend time with your dog. After all, dogs offer great emotional support. Ignoring them after having a baby. Some dog owners ignore their dogs when they bring a baby into their home. This is an unknown time for your dog because they are no longer the center of your attention. Don't ignore your furry friend. Give your dog lots of attention when your baby is around and give them time to adjust to the new person in your house. Your baby will also benefit from having a dog around. Having pets in the house increases levels of serotonin, the happy chemical.